Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Buggy Luck. And we are picking up where we left off from my fear of the annoying notifications. So we're back in business. You weren't clued in, but a highly enthusiastic narration. I am very eager to be continuing. So let's carry on getting cracking with this amazing looking habitat. So we're going to mix in some soil at the top, just make it sense where the plants are growing, and then the intensity turn down, add a bit of grass, so happy, so happy, so happy, happy. So we are now going to let me just there we go. So now I'm just going to turn off all the blueprints because we are making this all ourselves. So we just finished the main design for the waterfall. So we are just going yeah, that's after it's me who's doing is whatever. So I'm just gonna add the lips. There we go. Nice little slope. That looks horrific. Better. So now we are just going to add some foliage in this annoying little gap. So we can cover this up, but first we need to get something very important done. We're going to create a backstage area. So basically this is where zookeepers and stuff can go in and access the habitat. So we're going to go in like this. Okay. We are now going to just line this wall with a null barrier. So yes, this is last time this video lasted nearly an hour, so had to I just had to stop doing it and then do a part two. And for that reason, we are now alright, so now we're going to do floor. Add in this gate. And just locally connected. Oh my god, it looks hideous. Okay, so now we're just going to create the roof. So this is going to be a more kind of modern look. So we're going to yeah, let's go to paint it right. They're not going to be painted, they're all going to be nice white. Nice modern looking white. Right, now let's go on to the oh wow, this looks pretty nice. Whatever. Let's see. No. 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 Acceptable. Okay, so I kind of want a very kind of low looking roof, you know. I don't know why, it just looks kind of modern-ish. Why do I keep on accidentally smooching some pieces? Let's see, yeah, let's use this concrete just to cap off the edges. And here's the roof for the back stage. We're just going to do this. I never knew these pieces existed, but now I do, and they're absolutely beautiful. Hey! Now let's go back to what we wanted to do. Plan. go. So the modular building, it seems complicated. It can be complicated to use. So just use the. So you just use these to kind of move, and these to rotate. That's basically it. Alright, so now we're going to use this wild hedgerow to kind of fill in more gaps. There we go. So then this white sage bush over here. Okay. And now we're going to use these plants, just cover it up here. Add a nice little hanging bit here. Okay. So now it is time to create some of the do some of the enrichment for the wolf. So so this is all of the different habitats for them. So there's there's the different enrichment items, the different water balls, and the heaters and coolers in case it's too hot or too cold, and then there's the bedding pieces. So just going to add some pieces on them. Here's one interesting fact. So I'm going to be using a contrasting terrain texture just to do a little thing. So the thing is so many predatory animals including wolves and big cats like to have painter trails. They're basically their preferred their preferred path to a certain area. So we're going to try and simulate that. Now of course there's no knowing whether this will actually be their kind of preferred route or route or whatever. We're just going to imagine. Hold. I'll do some enrichment here. I'm going to try and scatter these about. And of course I'm going to add these little scent markers. You know, just because wolves they do like to mark the territory, and these little scent markers they're basically to mark territory. Yeah, simulate marking territory. Okay. So so now that we've got this as a guide, now we've got these little trails as a guide. We can now go in and kind of paint this all with grass. First, mix in some of the long grass. Put some of the grassy bits poking. Go. Alright. Okay. So now we are going to add the kind of filler. Filling. And of course, oops, I keep on accidentally smooching, aka favoriting some of the items in this candy. So annoying. So annoying. Okay. So we're going to add we're going to add a willow around here. Yeah, looks very, very nice. And one around here. Finally another willow around here. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, so now we are just going to add in, and we're just going to sneak in some plants, like the daisies, just to kind of get it natural. And then there's the buttercup. This, thinking that's all. We'll get back to those. An oak tree would seem perfect for this wood, but I can't find a piece for it, so no. How about this London plane tree? Yeah, I'm going to add it around here. Now let's add in some large pines around here. There we go. Yeah, you know, the forest aesthetic really starting to poke through now. I'm just unfavorite some items. Let's go. Add in some bushes. Okay. Some more pines. Alrighty. How about this absolute unit of a tree? Oh wow, it's so huge. Yeah. A Christmas tree. Why no? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but no Christmas trees in this habitat. No Christmas trees in this habitat. No. Just going to sprinkle in these cypress trees. And then some more plants around them. Like, and I'm also going to use this neat trick of sinking plants into the ground to stimulate some really large bushes. The tree I'm using here is a cork oak, and it does make of a nice little springy kind of bush. Then just add in some flowers. Okay. So now we're going to sprinkle in some bushes. This is a common saltwort bush. and it has a dry version. Don't ask why, but if you but if you kind of add these in, it kind of looks like small imperfections in the bush, and yes, and you know, imperfections in the plants are the only imperfections I'll allow, because it makes them look natural, and we're trying to make something that looks natural. So making the plants have these little imperfections adds to the natural factor. There we go, just add the bushes. Really nice. Really starting to shape up. Really starting to look natural. So I just got it. Going. Going. So we are going to add in a black poplar tree around here. Here. One here. And one near the waterfall to act as a nice forensic nice of a idea. So this is kind of walkthrough on how I do it, but this tutorial is kind of meant to be kind of imprinting, or like you see me doing it and then you try and test out for it. I'm sorry if it doesn't really help. So here's this neat little trick to the basket burn, and can be kind of like you know, copied and paste and create a little fern, a little full thing. And then be used as a kind of little. Here's a fern. Sprinkle in our happy little fern all around. So there are many actual fern pieces in this game, but I still like to use this technique. Okay, so now we are going to add in the grass. So I'm going to create a little patch of grass. And now we're going to mix in some dry bits, again, to simulate little completely natural imperfections in the plant. Then build the torch version here. So a little kind of out there. Now we're going to get other grass seeds. And think our little grass buds. Say hi to happy little grass. Oops. Now we are going to copy and paste our happy little grass patch. I could have just used it's all grass off. I could have just painted it terrain with anyway. I could have just painted in the terrain with tall grass, but doing it with the grass pieces looks more realistic than just painting it all with the terrain brush. It it looks it looks a lot more not only realistic but also more beautiful. So that's why I do it the hard way. Now of course you can also incorporate the tall grass in. Add the word subtract, but you know. So our grass patch is looking beautiful. So now let's copy and paste the grass patch over here. I'm going to try not to do it in the forest-ish areas because the forest-ish areas are more for the bushes and the ferns. So let's just take a look at the habitat. So if you didn't really catch on, so the way I did it, so the way I'm doing it, so I created this custom barrier. Then I created a viewing section. I also created this little side area over here. Then I created the rock wall, and then I created waterfall. Then I created this backstage area, and I'm doing the plants. And if you're still confused, then so you just got to know how to use the modular building, and then let it all flow out. That is how I build in Planet Zoo. Yes. Boop. Okay. So we've got this really big patch that I want to fill in. So I'm going to merge two of the grass patches. Copy and paste over here. Then paint the rest in with the small grass. Okay, so around this area, we're going to just kind of sink in the grass patch. Hopefully this should still be accessible. Both that and the wall. Now we're just going to this area looks like a good place for a trail. I'm going to add food straight in. And then add in the trail. Speaking of the trail, now it's time to go time. We're just going to paint it very lightly with grass to make it look like, you know, there's a little bit of grass in it. It just looks kind of trampled underneath all those wolf paws. And this is also helping blend it in with the surrounding terrain. It's not so contrasting anymore. And then just kind of add in more grass. Then add it all in. Just paint the terrain. So, and now we're just going to add the final touches. And if you're still confused, then just, just try doing it. Just doing it. It'll come around eventually if you just try. I'm not going to go in full motivational like it did in the motivational speaking video. No. So just got this game and you're watching this video just to gain the tips. And my tip for you, if you're trying to get good at building in Planet Zoo, is just try. What's the worst that can happen? So now we're just going to add in on them. So this is very cool. This option is called Align to Water, and if you have it enabled, then your stuff is going to sit at the surface of the water, and that's how I'm getting these water lilies in. And now the back page. So this is when we are going to be using these bedding pieces. There we go. I want there to be something separating them. I'm going to shrink down the grid on them. Heighten them. Oh. So going to get the I'm just going to be using this pre-built not exactly pre-built and boom, 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 boom. So just kind of create these little answers to these kind of sleeping quarters of. Let's just ignore how the tree just poked through. And wow, this habitat absolutely fantastic. It took 2 episodes to build, but it's fantastic. And now we are going to be, and now remember this little side section? Well, I'm back at the side section with some these little exhibit animals. We have an idea. So if I just change all, so these little flower pieces, if I change all of the bits to green, it now looks like some little leaves. Okay, yes, great. Okay, this is a grateful and spilling capacity. So so these bits, so So besides these flowers, they are classified as flexicolored. So that means that their colors can be changed. Now, I'm pretty sure for the flowers, this feature was intended that flowers could create flowers of different colors, but I'm using it to create kind of like a leaves and moss. You know, not all of these pieces you don't have to use for their intended feature. Intended sounds a little bit like Nintendo. Just putting it out for you. Just plug in all these gaps with some more fake moss. Yeah, this looks pretty tight. And now we're going to get this like flower, the alpine holly. Okay. Flowers. We're now going to put some flowers in the habitat. Going for a naturalistic vibe, then I won't really recommend using lots of flowers. But you know, there's gotta be little patches of flowers. Just looks realistic. So there's the little flowers done. So now we're going to add in some ferns. We're going to add the ferns near the trees. Ferns look good near the trees. So we're going to add some around the willows. This is a big area. This is going to be the capital city of ferns. At least in this habitat. Little bits in, add them all in. Add. Think. Okay, so there's one fern that's not listed here. The bracken fern. It's a really great filler. Now we are going to add some of this bracken fern alongside the water. I'm not sure if this looks kind of like realistic or not, but it's nice. And now we're just going to add more. And now let's add in final touch. The little pebbly bits. So it's great to list. So one great tip with playing Planet Zoo is it's great to create a group of objects, use it for one thing, and you know it's selected as a group. So if ever needed again, so you can just select the group and copy paste it where you want it and stuff. This area could do with a little bit of pebblies. Along the trail, yeah, this will look good. There we go. Okay, we're going to have to align to... Oh. Going to do something tricky. Oh. Ah. There we go. Hang on. Okay, so now I'm just going to totally paste around here. Listen, I think I've said if you're still confused more times than if you're confused, but just keep trying if you're confused. You'll get the hang. And this is complete. But the backstage area is looking a little empty. So let's change this. I'm pretty sure no, we use the concrete. Yeah. We're going to get rid of this, and replace it with these little windowy bits. Just to give it in, so just give it some more. What are these little bits on the concrete look like claw marks? Whatever. So now we are going to get this glass in the window. And look at this beauty. Still looking a little empty, so I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. So these are some backstage props. And now I'm going to use them and cheat it off. But don't judge. You know, kind of like there's that kind of modern-ish look, but on the inside, you know, I mean, there's gotta be stuff in there, and you know, on the inside, there's these nice little shelves. They're there for some aesthetic. We're just going to move these in. You know, don't judge me for cheating. But these props, they're available on the Games Workshop page, and you know they're here for this reason. Which I use. It isn't exactly cheating. Sometimes you just gotta use the Games Workshop page to get a few things, and that's okay. So now that we've got this, all this, we are just going to get our animal. Remove all the evidence that I was cheating a little, and let's just add in some plants around the exhibit. Yeah, this looks really nice and kind of dramatic. And now let's welcome in. And now let's welcome in the wolves that will be populating this habitat. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial slash walkthrough on how to build a realistic looking habitat in Planet Zoo. And before we really, I'm just going to show you some um I'm just going to give you a little recap of this little Zoe. So here's the nice little exhibit for the Danube crested newts. There's one little guys. I should add some signage. Then there's the far salamander and the Herman tortoise. Hello, little buddy, don't be shy. And then there's the habitat itself. So around here, with this nice custom thing, there's also a little page with the nice kind of pebbly look in the grasses and the flowers. There's some viewing here, and then there's the viewing gallery. It's this nice signage and the plants. With the little education bits in. And of course the little viewing, there's an enrichment item there. And then there's the little trails that the animals kind of use to get around. And then there's the very nice looking waterfall. And finally we got a backstage area. And of course this beautiful rock wall. All these little grass patches. The big lake in the centerpiece. Somebody wanted to go swimming. And then there's little bushes and all that. Then of course we've got our little bush and with all the little imperfections. The ferns. More little pebbly bits of custom ferns. And this is the habitat. I hope you enjoyed this, because I hope you enjoyed this tutorial slash walkthrough again, and stay tuned because next time I'm going to show you how to create a I'm going to show you how to create another very unique habitat in the video game Planet Zoo. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that's all, folks.